What's up, guys? Pypo here, bringing a video to me doing some WSG action. It's actually Strand of the Ancients weekend today, but I just do not want to do Strand of the Ancients. I fucking despise that place. And some people like it and like really enjoy it. I just don't understand how people enjoy Strand of the Ancients. It really pissed me off. Just because you have to carry bombs and there's not much fighting and you just have to like focus fucking siege engines that run away from you. And when you actually do that, there's a lot of people that never like actually slow down siege engines, which really pisses me off. It's like, how am I supposed to, what am I supposed to work with here? I got nothing. I got nothing. Nothing to work with. Gotta pop an early deterrence here just because that warrior hunter combo is not gonna be very nice to me. Not gonna be, and another warrior on me. That's probably a feint death here as well. But there is something I wanted to talk about in this video today, and what that is the school system and just kind of education in general. I was talking to a subscriber and a friend of mine, Hannah, on Facebook, on my Pypo Gaming Facebook. It's just Pypo. Look up Pypo fan page. If you want to talk to me, that's the best way to talk to me, guys. Pypo fan page. Just because I fucking, that's like where I go and sit while I wait for like my stuff to render, or if I'm uploading, if I'm still on. And by the way, I did turn down my textures a little bit. I just realized how noticeable it is in WSG because I'm in WSG so much. I just realized there's a lot less ground clutter here. The ground looks horrible. I just turned it down because it's currently super fucking hot in Australia right now. It's like a billion fucking degrees where I live. So I turned it down just because my PC was kind of getting a bit hot. It was getting a bit hot. It was going upwards of like 70 degrees, and I was like, probably should just turn down my settings on WoW while I do this. So hopefully that's not too bad. But anyway, me and Hannah were talking about like the school system, and she made like a lot of good points, and I thought, man, I need to talk about this. It's just one of those things where you start thinking about it, and I almost feel like I need to talk about it, just to like voice my opinion so I can stop thinking about it so much. But basically, what we talked about was how stupid it is. Like elementary school, honestly, I think should be obviously necessary. Elementary school, you go, it's where you learn to read, it's where you learn simple math, it's where you learn all those basic skills that you'll need, and you will need for your life. Like, you will need those skills. Everything you learn in elementary school, you will need. No questions about it. I'm not questioning it at all. But high school is the thing I have a problem with. High school, especially, is the thing I have a problem with. Now, again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with elementary school. I'm just saying it's definitely a necessary part of life to go through that stage and kind of get those basic human skills and, you know, reading, like be able to read and do math. But the reason high school is so fucked is because I can honestly say this. A lot of people used to tell me this stuff like, high school, you're going to learn all this stuff that you need to know for the rest of the life. You're going to learn all these skills. Everything I learned in high school, I have not used since I left high school. The only thing I used in high school, like that I learned and then I've like attributed to what I learned out later on in life, is people skills. That's the only thing I've taken away from high school. Honestly, I'm 100% honest with you. Math I learned in high school, like I haven't used. Like it's still the elementary based shit. Like it's the only math you ever use really. And like English and stuff, like my typing skills. Like I guess you learn spelling in high school, I guess, but you also learn it in elementary school. And I kind of learned all my spelling and stuff online, just from like literally like from like playing WoW and doing that kind of thing. Is where I learned how to spell and do all that kind of stuff and whatever. But all the high school stuff, all the history, it's stuff that, yeah, is interesting and it's good to know. And again, if someone's interested in it, yes, they should be able to do that. But I don't think they should be forcing kids to do things that is something they're never going to use in their life later, like at all. They should be, school should be more of a thing as like, you sit a kid down and say, you know, ask them different questions. Ask them questions that make them think instead of questions that just have an answer. If that makes sense. Ask them questions and make them actually be imaginative and come up with stuff, and actually just give them a question that literally could have any answer in existence. Just make them think instead of saying, okay, here's some information, what is the answer to this? Go read this piece of paper, tell me what the answer is. That doesn't help. That's completely pointless. What the kid does, especially what I did, I fucking scanned the information, found the one answer, wrote it down, forgot about it. Like that was 100% what I did in school. Oh, and 100%. Everything that I did like that is completely out of my mind. I've forgotten it. It's gone. The information I had is now left my body. It left my body and left my mind in high school. Like the next year, like, when you moved up, everything I learned the previous year was already fucking gone. I didn't remember any of that shit. Like it's just completely useless information that you need to learn to pass. And then once you pass, it's no longer important in any way whatsoever, even for the rest of your life. So instead of doing stupid shit like that, why not ask questions that actually make a person think, make them like think about humans and what a human society is, and actually what it means to be human, what it is to be intelligent, how to be more intelligent. Teach your kids who actually like the pursuit of knowledge. You know, make a kid interested in learning. Make a kid want to learn. If you can do that to a kid, then you're gonna have an intelligent, smart person later on in life. instead of just giving this kid this boring fucking shit they don't want anything to do with, and then saying, all right, go do this at home, and then tell me what you think about it later. Like, what the fuck is that? Not only that, high school is such a hostile place. And you get all these kids, you get like 40 fucking kids, you stick them in a small room. Not only, like, and you have to realize that high school kids and teenagers are fucking monsters, okay? A high school kid is not a human being yet. I'm sorry if you're watching this and you're like 14, 15, 16, and I'm offending you. You're not a human being yet. You're still growing into a person. You're growing into a grown-up. You're growing to what it actually means to be human. And you're finding yourself. Now, a lot of times when people are doing this and finding themselves, they're finding their intelligence, they're finding out what they like, they're experimenting sexually, they're doing all this weird shit, they're like discovering their own bodies and shit. While they go through this stage, a lot of people can be fucking assholes. A lot of people can be cunts because, it's pretty much all experimentation. I've had a lot of people that I knew in high school and elementary school that were assholes, they were bullies, they picked on kids, and then I know them after school, and they're nice people. They had to go through that shitty experience of being an asshole to realize how much of a fucking asshole they were, to then realize, okay, that's not how I want to treat people. Again, I'm not saying like we should let bullies just be bullies. Obviously, don't do that. But I'm just saying people in high school are not fully developed yet. And the problem is you're putting these undeveloped, hostile, unintelligent things in a room and just giving them shitty information, just saying, okay, learn. And then you're leaving them. You're leaving them by themselves. Obviously, you have the teacher in the room, but if your high school is anything like mine, which I think a lot of public schools are, it was like, here's this information, here's a booklet of information, and then you just get left with it. And the teacher kind of sits at the front of the class doing nothing. And it's kind of like, then all of a sudden, I'm sitting here by myself, and you're so embarrassed to even like ask a question. You're so embarrassed just to simply be a person who needs help because you think that makes you look unintelligent, when realistically you haven't been given enough information or enough help to actually learn anything in any kind of way. Therefore, you're going to fail and you're going to like not be able to accomplish anything. But you don't want to ask any questions because if you do, that means that you look stupid to your peers. You don't want to look stupid to your peers because your peers are assholes who are going to tease you and bully you. For fuck's sake, when I was in school, I needed glasses like terribly bad. Fucking Blade Storm. I needed glasses so bad. I needed glasses like I only got these glasses about 2 years ago. No, it wasn't even 2 years. It was like a year ago. Shit. And I got these glasses, and as soon as I got them, I realized how fucking blind I was. In high school, I knew I needed glasses. I knew I needed them. I knew I needed them bad. I couldn't see anything. I sat at the back of the class. I couldn't even see the whiteboard. I was blind as fuck. And I still didn't want to get glasses just because I knew if I got them, I would get bullied. Just because I knew if I got them, I would be considered a nerd. I'd be considered, a fucking geek, whatever. That is not a good environment to be in. And then you accompany that with education. Like, you have this hostile, bad environment, and then you want kids to learn in it. It's so fucking retarded, man. It's weird. It's weird. And then also, not only that, you force them to be there for a long period of time and a large chunk of their life. And a lot of times, it's just literally a waste. For literally, I can say about 90% of the time I spent in high school was a waste of time. I didn't do anything. I literally did nothing. And I passed. I somehow passed by doing nothing, but I didn't learn anything. And then you have college and stuff like that. I think college is definitely a lot better in that sense. Like, college is a lot more, you go and you're doing what you want. And not only because that you're doing what you want, you're doing something and you're there with other people who also want to do that. Because they also want to do that, then they're not going to be assholes because you're all trying to learn. That's kind of the situation you need to be in, but you have to also realize that kids don't want to learn. Kids just want to have fun. They want to be, like, interested in stuff. They want to be inspired to do things. That's why you need honestly, you need to, like, really reform on what people are in schools are teaching. And not only that, who's teaching it. You need to pay teachers fucking more money and make sure they're doing a good fucking job. I had so many fucked up teachers in school. I had this one teacher. I'm not going to say his name because, like, he did some fucked up shit. But his name, let's just call him... I was going to call him a name, and then I realized that generic name was his. Let's just call him Steve, for fuck's sake, because I can't think of anything. So Steve, my English teacher, and my English teacher, Steve, all he would do would give us a book, and he'd say, read. And we'd read the book. When you were done reading the book, he'd ask you about the book at the end of the lesson. By asking you, I mean he'd ask everyone in the fucking class one question about the book. If the class all got it, like, collectively right, that was the end of that. That was literally English for me. And all he did for the entire lesson was sit out the front of the class, on his laptop and chill the fuck out playing video games. That's legit what he did. And I'm pretty sure he was high like 9% of the time. And he definitely smoked weed. It was a known thing that he smoked weed because, in fact, he actually offered weed to kids outside of school. This is how fantastic my fucking high school was. Jesus Christ. And that guy's in there teaching kids. And literally the class was known. And as a kid, personally, I was like, fuck yeah, English. I love English. The reason I love English is because I get to go to class and do nothing. I get to chill out, have a fucking book in my hand, not read it. And then when he asks me a question, I'll just look at my buddy who did read the book and ask him what it is, and then fucking answer it. It's like that's literally what I did in English. And I wish, and like back then, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I just wanted to chill out because I knew school was just a breeze and something that you didn't even need to pay attention. It was so worthless. It was just a worthless time waste. Whereas what should have happened is I should have been sitting in a chair with less people in the class, a lot more people paying attention, and a much stricter fucking teacher. At the same time, the teacher should have had my attention by teaching me shit that is actually interesting. And if he's teaching me English, by teaching me things that actually are going to help me later on in life and that are interesting to me personally. You really cannot have these classes that are so big, and it's like there's just a billion kids. I had classes in that school. There was like 50 kids. It was I think it was like a sports class maybe, but either way, it was like a PE lesson. And like for some reason, like one teacher's sick, so they just cram all these kids together, and it's like you have 50 kids in one room. 50 kids in one room. How the fuck is this one teacher gonna teach 50 kids? If I have one question, and then some other kid has a question, and then another kid has a question, and say each question takes 10 minutes to explain and go through, what's happening to the other 47 kids? The other 47 kids aren't getting looked after because there's only 3 kids that can get their answers, like their questions answered. You know, there's just not enough fucking time in the day for that to happen. You need smaller classes, you need better teachers, and you need to stop asking black and white questions. There should be asking questions where there is no no, and there is no yes. It should be, this is a question that you need to go home and you need to think about, and you need to come back to me and tell me exactly what you think. It's like I hated school so fucking much, and I hate that I see other kids going through the same shit I went through. And mainly, I just try to mount while I fucking have the flag. And it's mainly because like you're going to school. Not only are you bored shitless in school, I looked for education in school. I got so bored that I actually wanted to learn shit, but the information was so dry, the information was so boring that I just couldn't get into it whatsoever. I couldn't get into it even a little bit when I tried. Like, I actually was really interested in writing. I was actually really interested in writing and writing stories, and I've actually, like, since I left school, I've wrote about 100 pages of, like, a fantasy story that I just fucking do when I'm bored and stuff. I would love to have learned more stuff about that in English. I would have liked to learn a lot more about creative writing, you know, how to write properly, and like how to pronounce words, like more words. I would like to expand my vocabulary. I would have loved to do a bunch of that kind of stuff, and also help me to get more in depth with my creative writing and do all that kind of stuff. Where instead, it's read a book, write down some stuff that was in the book. It's like, it's such a stupid fucking thing. And this BG was terrible, but I did it with the complete randoms, and there's not much I can do with complete randoms. Let's look at the healing done. We actually had the highest healing done, and our team still lost. That was actually horrible, but I don't give a shit that. I honestly want to know what you guys think about the school systems. I think it's more of a, like, I don't want to say it's an American thing, but for some reason my mind's telling me that America has bigger classes and, like, a higher population equals more kids. So I don't know if that also means more schools, which, like, I don't know. And I don't know what the private school system's like. That's why I haven't touched it, because I never went to a private school. I have no idea about it. But I want to know what you guys think about schools. I'm sorry for the shitty BG. But I'm running with no one, so this is what happens when I run by myself and there's a shitty fucking team. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day. Have a good year, and I'll see you next video. Oh no, Pypo, don't do it! Come to your senses, Pypo, no! Ah! Bless